This
Um,
conference will now be recorded.
Okay, fine. Then it's fine. No problem.
okay.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, I have a little problem with my microphone, so I'm
Maybe.
using the system's microphone with my earphones. So
Okay, okay. Maybe because of that, because when you were speaking, there was some lag in between.
okay, let me try to change it. It
No, it's
might.
fine.
Okay.
Problem should not be happen from my side. If you're
Yeah,
saying
yeah.
something, I can stop you and I can ask you the question again. So you can also do the same in case if you have any issue or any lag in between when I will speak,
Sure.
then please stop me.
Okay. Sounds
Okay. Fine. So, as you have already worked in SAP, you are from the SAP background. So, you know what is on cloud, what is on premise, right? So, S4HANA is completely into on premise.
good.
Slowly, slowly the planning is for on cloud. But this Ariba is completely on cloud application.
Okay.
So, it is completely cloud based innovation solution. So, here basically, the system allows all the suppliers and buyers to connect together and do their business in a single platform.
Okay.
So this is what the important part which is there in Ariba. And coming to the features, like there are a lot of beautiful features we have. Like it is a B2B solution which is allowing to connect worldwide all the largest platform or largest network we can say for all the vendors and suppliers to enhance their business collaboration with the different or basically the different business partners.
Okay.
Okay. And other one more feature in Ariba is like you can directly connect Ariba network with million of suppliers, and where all the suppliers are meeting together, or they can based on their business needs they can manage their supply chain.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So when Ariba was the acquisition of SAP, nowadays, earlier the Ariba was a different product. When SAP acquired, after that, lot of R&D has been done, and then now Ariba can easily integrate with different ERP system as well, including ECC, S4HANA, Oracle, any ERP. And there
Okay.
is a standard configuration which is very easy to configure the workflow to automate the business process on the procurement cycle.
Okay.
And mostly coming to the master data side, like whatever the master data we are using in the S4 HANA side, to the same master data can be exported from ERP to Ariba directly. So these are few advantages and the features which we have.
Okay.
Okay. Coming to the modules in Ariba, we have different modules. So here we have Ariba is defined different divided into two parts. One is upstream and downstream. So downstream is completely your B&I, buying and invoicing. This is your P2P process, which we are currently working in S400 system, as you have worked before. So you have
Oh, yeah.
the exposure on this. Upstream, even the same thing we have in also, but in Ariba it is just divided. Like in upstream there will be supplier management module. So supplier management is nothing but your SLP module,
Yeah.
supplier life cycle and performance module. So earlier this it was called as SIPM module, supplier information and performance module.
Okay.
Okay. Then we have sourcing module, contract module, supplier risk, spend analysis, commerce automation. So these are the modules which comes under upstream. And in downstream, buying, invoicing. So this buying and invoicing, many clients are working only for buying, many clients are working for invoicing. So it depends on the client to client. So that's the reason I have made it separated, buying and invoicing. And guided buying concept also we have in Ariba, and supply chain collaboration. So these are
Okay.
the modules across Ariba. So this is what all the modules we are using in Ariba. Now it depends on your customer what modules they are looking for. Many
Okay.
customers, maybe they want their upstream control from S4 HANA system, and they will go for Ariba only for downstream, means only for buying and invoicing.
Okay.
Many clients maybe they might be looking only for supplier management, sourcing, contract, and commerce automation. They don't need anything else. So it is
Uh-huh.
completely client's requirement. So at the end, you need as a architect or as a consultant, you need to discuss with the customer, and we have to ask their requirement, what exactly they're looking for.
Okay. So in this, for this course, you'll be covering all this, I mean, like if you take this course, so all these modules will be covered.
I will try to cover everything, but here now see what is the problem. Coming to this module, supplier risk, spend analysis, without SAP, we cannot do this. So I cannot show you
Okay.
the, in this end to end, I cannot show you in the system, but I will
Okay.
show you the flow. How does it happens?
Okay.
Because these are the module where we need support of SAP.
Okay. Got it. I mean, they
And
need
coming to,
to give.
yeah,
Yeah, I understood what you were about to say.
right,
They need to enable the system in a way to work with
right.
SAP. Yeah,
So
got it. Yeah.
even they have to enable for all these modules also. But here at least I can show you how can we do it. But
Uh-huh.
these are the things which is completely controlled. Like there is a DNB credential which is mandatorily required for supplier risk. Spend
Yeah, got
analysis,
it.
it is completely managed by SAP. So we are
Okay.
just a coordinator between the client and SAP.
Okay.
And coming to this commerce automation and supply chain collaboration, these are the module which are 90% integrated with ERP system. It means from S4
Okay.
HANA system. Okay.
Commerce automation
So
and supply
Ariba,
collaboration. Okay.
yes, yes. Like earlier, this commerce automation and supply chain collaboration concept was not there. At that time, the direct procurement was tough, and so later on, a lot of customers were asking how about the direct procurement. If we are going for direct procurement, uh, how can we use Ariba? Then SAP
Mhm.
implemented with these two
Yeah,
concepts.
yeah. I understood what you're saying. Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I will try to show you each and everything in the
Okay.
like process
Okay.
point of view. Okay. And we will be also discussing about the login. I'll show you I cannot show you the system today, but definitely I'll show you the screenshots. I have the screenshots. So you have seen Reba's screen before, right?
Yeah. I mean, I work with the system for for a couple of months, so I have a little knowledge about how it will be and everything.
Okay, then that's fine. No problem. So this is about the agenda today, which we are going to discuss.
Okay.
So we'll start with onboarding process flow, where so onboarding process flow means this is the supplier management module, SLP module, where we are
Mhm.
going to start our onboarding process. So in SLP itself, we have three different type of process, like not three, there are actually five. So these are the process which we have: supplier request, registration, qualification, preferred supplier, and supplier qualification. So
Okay.
these are the process which we have. So basically in supplier request, what we are doing is we are going to onboard the supplier on behalf of the supplier. So means
Okay.
the buyer, basically when we will be implementing for the client. So from the client side, when we will be into the design phase, we will be into the development phase, we will onboard the supplier on behalf of the supplier, and we will show them that this is how it happens.
Okay.
Okay. How can we onboard the supplier? So when we are onboarding the supplier, then there will be a standard supplier request form. So that form has to be submitted. So basically in that supplier request form, there will be some standard set of questions, like what is the name of the supplier, what is the address, country, region. So basic information about the supplier, like the
Okay.
way we are creating the supplier in S4 HANA system, like in business partner. When we are creating a supplier, we need the name of the supplier, address, bank details, and all. So bank details and all will come into the registration process. In supplier request, we are not asking any banking information. It is just
Hmm.
the process for start the onboarding process.
Okay.
So here will have external supplier request and internal supplier request. So there can be internal suppliers. For the internal suppliers, they can have this request, and for external supplier, they can have this request. So these are just different types. But usually what happens whenever we will be working in SLP model, we will be, there will be a set of team who will be responsible for onboarding the supplier on behalf of
Okay.
the supplier.
Okay. So what is the
Uh,
difference between like this internal and external supplier requests? So
so
how
internal suppliers are your suppliers which are internally within your organization. And external supplier request means you are sending some questions to the supplier and you're getting
okay.
their response, and then you are maintaining and updating in the system.
Okay.
Okay. And then once that is done, so basically there what we are doing is we are filling that form, and then it will be sent for the approval. There will be some approver who will just approve it, and then the onboarding process is done. There will be unique ID will be generated for that particular supplier. That means that
Okay.
supplier is now in Ariba.
Got it.
Okay. Once that is done, then we will start the registration process. So when we will be into registration process here, uh, basically again we will be sending some set of questionnaire to the supplier.
Okay.
So like what is the name, for how many years this company is going on, how many like number of employees you have, in which country you are locating, what are the different suppliers you have, or how many other details, whatever you want to. So mainly focus in supplier registration is about your banking information,
Got it.
bank details, tax information. Those details will be there in supplier registration form. So it is completely depend what customers want to send the questionnaire for the registration basically.
Okay.
Okay. So and there will be the process approval and denying if the approver, if suppose, and it will be completely online. So here you will be like when you will send the questionnaire to the supplier, so when supplier will receive the set of questionnaire, so they have, if that supplier is registered with Ariba network, directly he can log into Ariba network and he can see the set of questionnaire from the buyer side,
Okay.
and then he will respond there. The moment he will submit the response, now now the buyer can see automatically in the buying system. So there is no
Okay.
email notification also will come, but in the system also, like directly they can see that okay, this is the response which is already submitted by the
So
supplier.
like they will be receiving a notification kind of thing that this.
No,
Yeah, I understood what you're saying. Yeah.
notification will be there everywhere. Even when you will
Oh.
send the email to the supplier for the questionnaire, supplier will receive an email, one notification. The buyer also will receive that they have sent this questionnaire to the supplier, and then supplier
Got
also
it.
will receive an email that these are the set of questionnaire they have received for the registration process.
Okay.
So in the same way, when they will respond, they will also receive the email that they have submitted, and then buyer will receive the email that the supplier has submitted the response, and they can check now and go for the approval process to make
Okay.
him registered. Okay. Then the supplier qualification process is there. So in qualification process, again, there will be some set of questionnaire, maybe some attachment, some certificates, quality certificate, ISO certificate, and any other questions if the customer or the client wants to ask from the supplier side
Okay.
to make him successfully qualified in the Ariba system. Now, coming to the integration point of view, you can integrate the supplier with S4 HANA system after registration also, after qualification also. To both the options are available in
Okay.
Ariba system. So we are also
So
suggesting.
yeah. So why like I mean like if I want to use it for like after the registration process, or like why
Mhm.
they have give the both options, like is there any specific reason for, or will
Yes.
there be any benefit
Yeah.
or
So
something?
right. So there is a region for the qualification process is here. You can qualify the supplier based on the category, based on the region, which you
Okay.
cannot do it in registration process.
Okay.
So in standard document also, if suppose if you have seen SLP part, if you will click on registration process, then the registration form will open, and there you can see what are the internal and external questionnaire which you are going to send it to the supplier,
Okay.
but not by category. It is just for the registration process. You are sending some set of questions. They will respond it. Registration is done, and one unique ID will be generated. That is called Ariba network ID for that
Okay.
particular supplier. After that, when you are going for qualification, so when you are going to qualify it, qualify that supplier, you can qualify. So system SAP is giving the option to qualify that supplier. Do you want him to qualify based on the some particular category, based on some particular commodity, based on some particular region, or based on the plants? So in those options will be there in qualification. Those are not
Okay.
available in registration process.
Got it.
That is only the difference. But coming to the integration point of view, so when you are integrating your supplier, you can integrate after registration also, after qualification also. So both the
Okay.
options
Yeah.
are there.
Now
So
it
you'll get,
makes sense. Right?
yeah. And then I hope you are clear till supplier qualification process.
Yeah.
Okay. Then we have a preferred supplier. So if you want to make uh, any supplier as a preferred supplier, then you can make that supplier as your preferred supplier. So if suppose you
Okay.
have a relationship, or you that is your regular suppliers, you want to make that as a preferred supplier, so you can make that supplier. So this is just a concept which is given in SAP in Ariba.
Okay.
You can
So
use that.
will there be any benefit for that particular supplier, like from, I mean, like it is basically like a qualification process but little updated. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly. Yes, exactly. So just you are going to make him because of regular procurement, or sometime your requester also will request to the procurement team to buy the material from this particular supplier only, because I am preferring this supplier, and whatever the material we are procuring every time, it looks good, the quality is good in that way.
Yeah.
And then supplier disqualification is kind of a rejection. If you want to disqualify the supplier, you can disqualify the supplier. So it can be any reason, maybe quality issue, delivery issue, anything. So this is a whole
Yeah.
about this is whole about SLP module. In SLP, additionally, we have SPM module. So that is a part of SLP itself. That is SPM. That is called Supplier Performance Module. So there
Okay.
we basically you are going to evaluate that supplier based on the score. So
Okay.
you are giving some score. So when you are going to evaluate that supplier, sometime you are now when you are evaluating the supplier, you are sending some set of questionnaire again to your procurement team, that what is the evaluation for this particular supplier based on the quality, based on the delivery, and all the so all
Okay.
those parameters can be finalized by the procurement
So
team.
it's kind of rating or something like that, right? Like giving a
So there will
rating
be
to
some,
the.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So we so basically that will be kind of survey. So in that survey,
Uh-huh.
you will be evaluating your supplier properly. So
Okay.
this supplier evaluation process we have in S4HANA also.
Okay. Oh, fine.
But
Okay.
but
Got it.
but in Ariba it is more robust, I would say.
Okay.
Okay, because here monthly wise, quarterly wise, yearly wise, you will have those options, and you can make this evaluation accordingly.
Okay.
So this is about your SLP module,
Okay.
and nothing else is there in SLP. Only the important part in SLP is this: you need to speak with your customer in the design phase. First of all, anyhow, you are going to explain what is this process, and then you have to ask them what is their requirement. And in
Okay.
SL, and in Ariba, we have template uh, configuration, and there will be some standard template. Those are the design metrics and enablement workbook. Those will be the final document which we finalize with the help of uh, client at the time of after completion of the demo, basically. And the same document, the same design metrics, the same enablement workbook document, we send it to SAP.
Okay.
So when
So
system,
they
yeah,
will upload, or they will do the thing which upload it in the Ariba system
initially. So
initially. Okay.
initially when SAP will hand over the system to us, so
Uh-huh.
we will just let them know that this is what the because when we will send an email to the SAP, before that we need to take the confirmation from the customer also that this is what you have filled in enablement workbook. So basically in
Okay.
that enablement workbook, everything will be there. Who will be your category manager, how many people can be in a group of category manager, how many person can be in approval workflow, what are the condition you required, those details will be there. So I'll show you, that is the standard document
Okay.
that you can get it from Ariba Connect.
Okay.
Okay, and we will first we will show them, and then the same set of template, sorry, that enablement workbook, we will send it to the customer will fill, they will send it back to us, and then we will again send it to SAP, and we will
Okay.
let them know that in SLP this is what the initial requirement from the customer.
For
Later on
customer.
again, if customer will sign off, if suppose customer will give you sign off, then also they will make the changes.
Okay.
Because that happens everywhere, even in S4HANA, Ariba, you work for any project, for any
Uh-huh.
implementation.
Yeah, got it.
Okay, so this template, this enablement workbook concept is for SLP, sourcing, contract, and supply risk.
Okay. So mostly
Okay,
for the upstream part, this enablement
only for
workbook
us.
will
Yes,
go.
yeah, only for these four modules. I got the name. I just recall: SLP, sourcing, contract, and supply risk. Okay, so this is what the screen, I had just taken the screenshot because you are aware of the screen. Many when I'm
Yeah.
providing training, many of them they have never seen a Ariba system. So for them, I keep this as a reference screenshot.
Yeah,
So
I
if you
got it.
want to create, you can create it. And this is supplier request form. So in the supplier request form, whatever I discussed, like there will be some initial information which have to be filled.
Okay.
And this is how the approval, once we will receive, we can approve it, and then we can see the details also. And then it will go for approval. So category manager and all, here you can say this SM. So have you seen Ariba SLP module before?
Yeah.
Okay, then it's fine. So there will be some SM vendor ID, there will be a Ariba network ID and ERP vendor ID. Have you observed all three numbers here?
Yeah. So the place where I work, like we didn't get it integrated, like
Okay,
so I am aware of SMID and also the AMID.
Ariba network, ANID, ERP
Yeah,
ID.
and the ERP ID was like, I mean, it was not integrated, so we can't expect it to get that. Right?
See, SLP is the mod. To be very frank, I'm telling. SLP is the module where you will face the challenge for integration. It takes
Integration.
it, yes, at the time of integration. So it, because now when it was in ECC, it was quite simple. But now in S4 HANA, there is quite challenging. It takes a bit of time, but it happens.
Okay.
It's not like that. The integration is not possible. Integration is possible, but it takes a bit time. So this is about supply registration, which we have discussed. So this is what the internal supplier request process flow, I just kept it, so which we have.
Okay.
Uh, so usually there will be some category managers. So category manager is a role, basically, Ariba is completely role specific. So there will be a category manager and he can start the registration process for the supplier. So
Okay.
category manager can be 1%, 2%, or 3%. So there can be a group, and those group will be called as a category manager, under that category manager basically.
Okay.
And then there will be a project owner. He will be notified that the registration process has started. So this is just a process flow of the registration, and it
Okay.
can be changed. It can be change by the customer to customer. Maybe after this, notification will not go to the project manager, project owner.
Okay.
So it depends. So basically, this process flow completely finalized by your customer. So it will be finalized basically at the time of discussion with your client.
So this is like you kept like it's a common thing, like how people
Yeah, how the
like
process
a best
goes.
practice. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. How when the registration starts, it first it will be created by one person, then it will go for the approval, then it will be notified by someone else. So in that way, I just kept that.
Okay.
So this is the screen of registration. So quickly, I'm just crossing because we have discussed about SLP part. So these are the high level steps for the qualification, like what are you doing and all.
Okay.
And this is about a preferred supplier. I kept one slide here. So it can be made a preferred supplier according to the required category, region, or department. So this category, region, or department, this option is not there in registration. So that's the reason
Okay.
they have kept it for qualification also. And after qualification, you can prefer that supplier based on this combination.
Okay.
Okay, so and this is about Ariba discovery. So basically, this is a marketplace solution where it allows all the buyers to find their best suppliers. So I'll show you in the system because there you will understand better on this Ariba discovery part.
Okay.
So Ariba discovery will be there when the supplier will registered himself in Ariba network.
Okay.
So he should be registered with the Ariba network. When you will be working in SLP, many suppliers will not agree to register himself in Ariba network. They will say we don't want to go to Ariba network. If you want to buy with if you want to buy with me, you can uh, like drop an email. We will respond and we will share the details. But we don't want to go to Ariba. Many suppliers will say. But at the end, it is our responsibility, not ours. Actually, it's the client's. We have to inform to the client that if the supplier will registered with the Ariba network, it will be better for you. You will have more clarity what supplier is doing. All the response you can see over the system. Then client will try to convince to the supplier that please register because it's a free of cost. Their SAP is not charging initially anything. So supplier will just register himself. Just it's like Gmail account. They will just enter their details and they can register himself and they can create the account in Ariba.
Okay.
So we need to convince sometimes to the suppliers. You can convince easily to the foreign suppliers, but domestic suppliers sometimes, especially in India, there will be so many suppliers. They will ask if you want to buy, you buy it. If you don't want to buy, please don't buy. But don't
I
ask me
mean,
to get it
yeah.
in the system.
The system is like they want to if they want to learn a new thing, it will be some
Right.
people they are not ready to get into learn new things. So yeah, that makes sense.
So they feel that they are it's extra work for them
Yeah.
because all the problem is they are working every day manually everything. So because of manual work, their work is more always. If they
Yeah.
will work in the system, it will be less. So
Got
that
it.
is what they don't understand. But that is how it goes. The business goes, and they don't want more than this. They will tell these orders are coming for me. Okay, in 1 month I'm getting 100 orders. That is enough for me. I don't want 200 or I don't want 500.
Got it.
Okay. Now I'm moving to sourcing model. So in sourcing model, basically uh, here we have different events to sourcing. Now when you have work in SAP we have RFQ concept there, right?
Yeah.
Request for quotation. So what we are
Yeah.
doing is, suppose you are working in S4 HANA, request for quotation. So you are floating the quotation to multiple suppliers. Then suppliers are responding you via email. Everything is coming. Then you are maintaining the quotation in S4 HANA, and then you are mm, evaluating them based on their parameters, and you are selecting the
Awarding.
suppliers,
Yeah.
awarding and rejecting.
Yeah.
So those are not happening online. So these are the manual work. You are sending the quotation, they are receiving, but their response you cannot see online, right? He will send
Yeah.
the quotation, then somebody has to maintain it manually in the system. So this is the best functionality I would say in sourcing module, where everything will happen online. So in Ariba, in Ariba sourcing, there are two type of sourcing project. One is called full project and quick project. Now,
Okay.
these are the type of events under full project and quick project.
Okay.
RFI, RFP, auction, and forward auction.
Okay.
So RFI is request for information, where you are trying to get the information about the product. So buyer wants to get the product, get the basically technical information about the product.
Okay.
You are not talking at all about the pricing. No pricing information is required in RFI.
Okay.
Like if you want to buy iPhone 14, you want to just, and currently you are using iPhone 11, so you just want to know what are the features or what are the functionalities we have in that product. So just you are trying to get the information about that product.
Got it.
Okay. And then RFP, here you will be talking about the price part. So it is like in S4 HANA we have RFQ concept. In Ariba we
Yeah.
have RFP concept, request for proposal. So it is used to collect both supplier capability and the price information.
Okay.
And then auction are directly competitive and allow the real-time exchange of information. But this auction is, and here you can see one is forward auction, and this auction is called as a reverse auction. So reverse
Okay.
auction means the buyer will set some particular price for the material. Suppose for laptop it is 50K. Now from 50K they have to negotiate. They cannot go beyond 50K. So it is
Okay.
it should go in a reverse way. So it's a reverse auction basically.
So whoever client quotes the less price, they
Yes,
can be
they have
considered as a
best
they
supplier
can do
or a
business
what?
with him. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So they will float the quotation. Now suppose they will send it for 7 suppliers. So out of 7, how many supplier will respond, and how many, and which supplier has given what price? Everything can be seen online by the buyer.
Okay.
Okay. And forward auction, it is completely for selling the goods.
Okay.
If you want to use this, we are not using much forward auction in Ariba because it is
Okay.
related to sales. So usually we are using RFI, RFP, and auction. So these are the event types which we have. Okay.
So I
Now
mean, like mostly Ariba is used for procurement, right? So how come the use of I mean, like what will be the functionality of forward auction in that case? Like,
that's what I said. This is the functionality which they have given now as of
okay.
now.
Okay.
So we are not. I have never used in my future, or neither I have heard that this functionality is being used by any customer as of now.
Okay.
Maybe in future they will have some plan.
Okay.
Okay.
So what is like this full project and quick project? You said like
Yeah.
these are
I'm,
based upon these events, right?
yeah. I'm coming there. So
Oh,
before
okay. Okay.
coming there to your question, forward auction, what is the use of goods, selling the goods? Sometimes you are procuring something, but after procurement, it will be there in your warehouse since last 3 years, but you are not using it.
Okay.
So either you are going to scrap those material. So if you are scrapping also, you need to sell it, like the scrap materials also you are selling it, right? You are not dumping on the road or somewhere. Somebody will come and they will buy. So in those kind of scenarios, I that is what I believe that it is used.
Yeah, that makes sense actually. Yeah, that might be the reason why they kept forward auction.
Correct. Yeah. Now coming to this full project and quick project. So in SAP, sorry, in Ariba, we have these 4 events. Now out of 4 events, how many events you want to use at a time? So if you are selecting your project event type as quick project, that means you will have the option to select only one event at a time. Means you can select either RFI, RFP, auction if you are selecting quick project. So only one option will be able to, or system will allow you to select the event. If you are
Okay.
going for full project, then system will allow you to work for all the three, all these RFI, RFP, and auction together.
Okay.
Okay, that is that one. That is your quick project and full project. So full project can maintain multiple sourcing events. So multiple sourcing event means RFI, RFP, and auction, and
Okay.
include all project management features. And
So
quick
for a single
project,
client,
sorry.
carry on. I'll ask later.
And quick project means a quick project is a single sourcing event. So these are the sourcing event, right? RFI, RFP, and auction. So you system will not allow you to select more than one event in quick project. So
Okay.
if you are going for quick project means either you have to go for RFI, RFP, or auction. But if you are going for full project, system will allow you to select RFI, RFP, and auction together.
Okay.
So that is the difference between these two.
Okay.
Now, do you have any question?
Yeah. Yeah. So like so we can create different kinds of projects, right? In a single system, like for a single client, like if you want to create one as a full project or the other one as a quick project, not in case
Yeah,
there is
yeah,
any.
yeah. You can create both. You can create quick project also, full project also. It depends on you.
Okay, got it.
But you should be knowing that what are you going for. If you are going to create a quick project, if you want to create only RFP, then no need to go for full project.
Okay.
Just you are because both are the event types. Either you go for quick project or full project. If you want to, if your decision is fixed that every time you are going to create a RFP in spite of RFI. Like suppose customer will say, no, I don't want technical information about the product. It is just they will send an email so I can get the information about the product. Only the important part is RFP proposal, which I required. So every time they will select quick project as RFP. But
Okay.
the customer wants, they can go for full project. System will not stop you. You can create
Okay.
multiple. Anyway, when we will be doing in the system, that you will get more clarity on this.
Yeah. I mean, so for I think for SLP, you can able to create only single kind of project. That's what I
Yeah.
heard about. So that I'm just correlating with both of these. So I just want.
Single type of project means, can you elaborate?
So like we can't create two templates in SLP. Like for
Ah,
example, supplier request, we can't create two supplier request forms, or we can't.
right, right, right.
Yeah.
So see that process is different.
Hmm.
So why that is a concept, because when you are onboarding the supplier, in supplier request you need just basic information about the supplier.
Okay.
So and if for any supplier, either that supplier is from US, UK, or Middle East or India,
Okay.
so there will be some standard form and that has to be filled by the supplier. So that's the reason there is only one form.
Okay.
Coming to the events, you can have multiple events.
Acha,
So
yeah,
if you,
that makes sense.
so here you will have RFI different template, RFP different template, auction different template.
Okay.
Okay, so you need to select. Either you need to select RFI, RFP, or auction. What are you looking for? So but this template you need to configure in the template level.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Now I got it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So and again, if it is integrated, I'm just touching the integration part also. So if it is
Okay.
integrated, your RFQ will be created in S4HANA system. The process flow I'm just telling. The RFQ will
Okay.
be created in S4HANA system, and that RFQ number will replicate to Ariba system.
Okay.
And with reference to that RFQ number, your RFP will create, not RFI, not auction, not forward. Your
RFP.
RFP will.
Okay.
Now, when this RFP you will be creating now with reference to the RFQ.
Okay.
And now you will be sending the quotation to the suppliers. Then suppliers will respond online. And in Ariba itself, you can see which supplier has responded, what is the price they have quoted. And based on that, now you will evaluate it in Ariba system, and you can like select your best suppliers and you can award the supplier.
Okay. Okay.
And once that is done, After that, what do you want to do? After that, you want to create contract, or you are going to create the purchase order. It depends on you.
Okay.
Okay, so here the after in the sourcing project, basically I like this model because there are very much clarity where you will be talking with your supplier, how the negotiation will happen, everything will happen online. You
Okay.
whatever the price they will revise also you can see online.
So it is a easy way for them to communicate,
Yeah.
or yeah.
That's the reason many customers, they are not going for downstream, they're going for upstream. Downstream, somehow they are saying that we can manage in S4 HANA, procurement is
Mhm.
okay. Let's go for upstream where these functionalities are very nice.
Yeah.
But when they will use 2-3 modules, later on they will think that better let's go for all the modules.
I
That is
mean, I
how.
think as Ariba is planning to do that thing, like they want to interconnect everything so that it
That is
can be
what
relied
happening.
within. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So this is about your sourcing part. So this is a screenshot I had taken. So here you can see
Okay.
you have two options like full project and quick project. So if you'll
Okay.
select quick project, system will allow this event type option will be there. If you'll select full project, this event type option itself will not be there.
Okay.
The system will understand that, okay, if he's selecting full project means he can go for RFI, RFP auction all or together, or either out of 4, 2 or 3, anything. But if you're selecting quick project, this option will be there, and in drop down, if you'll select, you will be able to select only one event type.
Okay.
That's the difference. And this is the approval process where I've just taken the screenshots. So,
Okay.
and this is how you will be getting this. You can see this is the first supplier, second supplier, third supplier, fourth supplier. So whatever
Okay.
so this is the, this is the extended price, means this is the initial price which the buyer will put. And later
Okay.
on, where the supplier will respond to this price, here you can see that price, the negotiated price,
Okay.
pricing terms. Here you can see.
Okay.
So some supplier has given the same price, some supplier has given the, sorry, not this. This is the initial price, 1 lakh or
Okay.
1 lakh pound. GBP, and based on this is what the negotiation they have done. So one supplier has given 99, 98, maybe another supplier can give 98.5 or like that. So they can, so this is the buyer scheme. So whatever the like changes or the price they will update, they can see here.
Okay.
So this is the beauty of this. And then next is contract. So now this contract can be created with reference to this sourcing event only. So once the sourcing event is done, here you can see the option of awarding. So once the final awarding is done by the buyer, they will just click on here and they will get the option, and there they will just click on, there will be two options to create a contract. So now you can create the contract with reference to this sourcing supplier. So what means
Okay.
your best supplier. Suppose out of two, here we have two. So you have selected one supplier. So there you will select from the drop down. You will be able to select create contract with reference to this sourcing. So the moment you will click on create contract, there will be the option for which supplier you are going for contract.
Okay.
Then you have to select your contract part. So that is the process where you are creating the contract with reference to sourcing, means with reference to awarded supplier.
So okay.
But if you want to create a contract manually, you can create it manually also.
Okay.
Okay, so this is the contract life cycle process. How
Okay.
you are first going to prepare the contract, then negotiation, review and negotiation will happen. Then the approval will be done, and then finally the amendment is there. You will make those amendment, and finally your contract. Contract is also very important and very good in Ariba, where you will have the authoring part. So this
Okay.
part is contract authoring, where you will have like the standard document. So this contract also will be done online itself. There will be some standard document. Out of that, if you want to add any terms and conditions, you can add that in document itself. Then it will go for the approval. Once approval is done, then it will integrate with your ERP system.
Okay.
That is how your
So
contract.
in that integration, like it will hit to the contracts or like
Sorry, can you repeat again? There was lag in between.
no. So you said like once this contract is done, it will be integrated to our ERP system, right?
Hmm, hmm, hmm.
So where will it replicate or where will it hit actually? So like in the
It will.
where in the in the contract?
So you are basically one, if integration is in place, a contract,
Mhm,
the contract which you are creating in Ariba, because when you are
mhm.
creating in Ariba, there will be all the fields whatever we are using to create a contract in S4. Okay,
Okay.
so when you will submit or publish the contract, by default that contract will create in the ERP system. So you need
Okay.
not create the contract manually in ERP.
Okay. So that's what I'm asking. Like it will create automatically the ERP, the contracts will be created, right? Okay.
Yes, and that contract number will be replicate back to the Ariba system itself.
Okay.
So you can see. So again, after contract, do you want to create the purchase order or what? You will have both the options. If you want to create the
Okay.
purchase order directly after contract, because in S4 HANA we can create the we can create the purchase order with reference to contract also, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you can directly create that also.
Okay.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you since last 20
No, no, no.
seconds. If you have
I'm just acknowledging to what you said. That's it.
okay. So I hope I said correctly because
Yeah.
long back I thought this is for HANA. Yeah. And this is just the overview I have. So whatever we have discussed, you will just there will be some you will create the contract and you have to maintain your, because when you are creating the contract with reference to sourcing, you will be getting all the sourcing mm, related information in contract directly, like what was the name of the supplier, what was the price, and other conditions and other terms, and so basically those fields should be there in contract. That's it.
Okay.
And when you are integrating it, you will have the ERP details like company code, purchase organization, purchasing group, material group, and all. So
Okay.
you have to fill those details, and it will be integrated.
Okay.
See here you can see these are the price uh, category prices. Everything will be replicating from your Ariba system, from sourcing system itself.
Okay.
Few
Yeah.
changes. Okay, so that is about your contract. After contract, you have supplier risk and spend analysis. So supplier risk is again part of in many projects. What we are doing is supply. We are not keeping supplier risk separately. We are keeping it along with SLP module because
Okay.
supplier is part of SLP itself.
Okay.
And for supplier risk, basically there will be a DNB credential which is required, and
Okay.
that has to be given by SAP itself. So SAP will provide you that credential, and we need to connect the SLP module. That's it.
Okay.
And then you, after that, whatever supplier you have created, based on that, you can see the details. So you need not do much in supplier risk, basically.
Okay.
Just we need to
So there
coordinate
is,
with.
yeah, there is a much less to configure. That's what you're saying,
So as
or
in
nothing to
supply risk,
configure.
no,
Yeah. Yeah.
nothing.
Exactly.
Just two steps you have to go, and you have to like enable the integration part. That's it. And then
Okay.
whatever supplier you have created, based on that, you can your details will be there. If it will be there in the system, I will show you how it
Okay.
happens, where we can enable the DNB parts. That is what you'd need to know. Same thing in
Okay.
for spend analysis. So in spend analysis also, spend analysis is, I would say, 99% job will be done by SAP itself.
Okay.
We have to just coordinate with them. So this is not known to everyone. So just as a consultant, we know this. So we will be talking with the SAP team, and we will ask them to make this preparation.
Okay.
And commerce automation, again, the part of upstream in the, so in the commerce automation, what will it is completely a direct procurement, where you will be, where there won't be any catalog. In S4 HANA, you are creating your PRPO, and that PO will be replicated to supplier directly.
Okay.
And directly supplier means Ariba network or supplier
Okay.
network. Now from there, supplier will give order confirmation, advance shipping notification, invoicing, and all the details. Then it will, the moment they will submit, now the buyer can see the inbound delivery number will generate automatically in the S4HANA system, and they will do goods receipt with reference to inbound delivery, and then they will go for invoice verification and payment.
Okay.
That is the commerce automation process.
Okay.
So
It's
here
pretty
most
much
of the,
like the same as our procurement process.
yes, only the difference is here the purchase order will be sent to this Ariba network. So
Okay.
supplier, so because the way supplier, once the supplier is registered himself with Ariba network, they can see the purchase order received from the buyer.
Okay.
So, so this concept is where the buyer will think that in spite of going manually to the supplier, let's send this supplier to, let's do this business with supplier who are registered with Ariba network, so that we will have the visibility what they are doing, how. Otherwise, if they will send it manually through, if suppose you are creating any purchase order in S4 HANA, you are sending it to the supplier, then supplier will give the email confirmation and all. So those will be the, again, the manual process. Few manual process will be there. So they
Yeah.
have given this module name as commerce automation. So just to automate this direct procurement process. But here
Okay.
also you cannot do everything. Like you cannot do
Okay.
subcontracting, you cannot do consignment, you cannot do quality collaboration. But these three functionality will be there separate in supply chain collaboration. That is the difference between commerce automation and supply chain collaboration. Hello.
Hello. Yeah.
Yeah. So did you hear?
Yeah. Yeah. I got it. I got it.
So that is the difference between commerce automation and supply chain collaboration.
Okay.
Okay, and then coming to the procurement part, introduction to purchase requisition shopping carts. So here you will have all the catalogs in Ariba. So where in Ariba basically the purchase requisition is our initial document, and we don't have any approval process for purchase order in Ariba. We are not creating any purchase order in Ariba. So the moment PR is approved, PO will create automatically.
Okay.
You need not like in S4 HANA, first you have to create the PR, then with reference to that PR you need to create the purchase order, then that purchase order will be sent for the approval, and then it will be sent to the supplier. But in Ariba, when you are selecting the catalog, you have just you are selecting with your choice, your colors, quantity and all, then you are submitting it. The moment you are submitting it, it will be sent for the approval. And the
Okay.
moment the PR is approved, means PO will be created automatically in the system.
Okay. So if there is a chance of want to do it manually, will there be any chance, or like it has to be like this?
Means what? PO
Yeah.
manually?
Pure creation.
No, no, you cannot create PO manually in Ariba system.
Okay.
If you have the catalog, you can create the catalog directly in Ariba. Means you can select the catalog, like in Amazon, you are selecting your product and you are
Mm-hmm.
submitting it, and your job is done. In the same way, in Ariba also, you are selecting your catalog, then you are selecting, you are choosing your quantity, you are submitting. Your first step is done. Second step, it will be sent for the approval. The moment it will approve by the approver, your
Mm-hmm.
purchase order number will create automatically in the system.
Okay.
And the and
So
that yeah,
yeah. So I mean, like the purchase order will be created. So if but if you want to send it to supplier, like it will
it will
directly
go
go to the supplier.
automatically. The
Okay.
moment PO will approve, it will go to the supplier.
Okay. Okay. Got it.
You need not send it manually.
Okay.
Okay. So now there are two things. If it is integrated, again, if your suppose your PR is created, PO is approved, Now, if your PO is integrated, means your buying is integrated with S4HANA, then this PO number, Ariba PO number, so there are two scenarios. If it is not integrated with S4HANA system, then the moment the PR will approve, PO will be created and that PO number will be sent to the supplier. Means Ariba PO number will be sent to the supplier. And based on
Okay.
that, your goods receipt and invoicing and payment will be done.
Okay.
If it is integrated with your ERP system, S4HANA system,
Okay.
PR will be created, PO will be created. So now in Ariba, one PO number will be created. And then with reference to this PO number,
Mm-hmm.
a PO will be created in the S4HANA system
It's for
for
HANA.
the
Okay.
reference, with reference to
Okay.
the Ariba PO number.
Okay.
And the PO number which will be created in S4HANA, that number will be the leading PO number now. And that PO number will replicate back to Ariba, and
Okay.
the S4HANA PO number will be sent to the supplier, not the Ariba PO number will be sent to the supplier.
Okay. So,
So this is
basically, when it comes back from S4 to Ariba, so then we'll be having two numbers. Like it will show both the numbers, or like it will be override the previous P1 number
you,
created in Ariba will be override by the S4.
it will override basically if it
Okay.
is integrated.
Okay.
If it
Fine.
is not integrated, you can see the PO number separately.
Okay.
And then you can do the goods receipt and you can make the payment.
Okay.
You can see this is the guided buying. So there is a guided buying concept also we have in Ariba. Like in classical buying, so that is called classical buying, which we were talking. That is, these are the terminologies which we are using. So in
Okay.
classical buying means there you can create PR, PO, goods receipt, invoicing.
Okay.
And because it is not a payment system, so after invoicing it will be sent to the ERP system or the payment system, and once payment is done, payment update will replicate back to the Ariba system, so
Okay.
that buyer can see that payment has been done against the supplier.
Okay.
But when you will be working for guided buying, so in guided buying, so these you can see these are the catalogs. Okay, this is how the catalogs will be maintained. So in guided
Okay.
buying, you are creating PR, then PO will be created in the same way, and then GR will be done. So up to this three steps will be possible in guided buying: PR, PO,
Okay.
GR. You
Yeah.
cannot do
Okay.
invoicing in guided buying. If you want to do
Okay.
in invoicing, the system will replicate back to the classical buying, and from there it will be sent to the ERP system.
So the invoicing will be same for either cases, like guided buying or classical buying.
No, there is a little difference. Like in guided buying, system will not give you any option to make or creating the invoice. Why? Because this guided buying is the concept which is created for the casual buyers. So
Okay.
your company will not allow them to do the invoice verification. Their
Okay.
responsibility is just to place the order, receive it, get the work done.
Okay.
So this is the system which they have made for the users who don't want to use the system, but somehow they are pushing them to use the system at least. So where they have to just click the product and they have to enter the quantity, and that's it. The job is done.
Okay. Okay.
So for that purpose, this guided buying concept is there.
Okay.
And this is about invoicing. So invoice, there is nothing much to speak here. So in invoicing, again, you're based on your goods receipt, you are going for your invoicing, you're making the payment. So challenging part in invoicing is you have to configure these taxes and all these things.
Okay.
So, and obviously this will be the three-way match. And this is how, that is the example I have just taken. So this is your order ID. This is the purchase order ID. So with reference to this purchase order ID, this is the example of service entry sheet, basically for the service procurement I have
Service
taken.
procurement. Okay.
And then you can see reconciliation is done, and here the payment has been done. So
Okay.
if it is service procurement, it will come service sheet. If it is goods receipt, it will come goods receipt.
Okay.
And this reconciliation payment will be seen. And here will be your reference number, invoice reference number. And
Okay.
status will be everywhere, where it is reconciled or reconciled. So the status will be there. So this is what the commerce automation process flow, which I have discussed. So from ECC to Ariba network, how it will connect. So PO will be created, then it will be order request will be sent to the supplier, then confirmation will come, then order confirmation will come, then advance shipping notification will be created, then inbound delivery will created in ECC system. Then goods receipt will be done with reference to inbound delivery. Then goods receipt document status will update in Ariba network. Then service
Okay.
entry sheet. In case of service entry sheet, if it is a service procurement, then service entry sheet will update. Like this, the remittance and finally payment. This is just a process I was just trying to show you.
Okay.
And this is the integration architecture. This is how it happens. As for HANA or ECC, there will be some CIG add-ons, like CIG is Cloud Integration Gateway. So this will be enabled by SAP itself. So and this
Okay.
add-on will be this CIG will be enabled by SAP, but this
Okay.
add-on will be this CIG add-ons will be maintained or created by the ABAPers and not ABAPer, I would say basis team basically.
Okay.
So whenever we are working for CIG integration, we need the help of ABAPer because there are few baddies they have to implement and few user exit will be there, and basis team is required,
Okay.
and that's it. And in Ariba, whatever integration will happen, that I will show you how we
Okay.
can connect the system.
Okay.
And this is the like S4 HANA system. So from S4 HANA system, how we are connecting the test instance and production instance from because
Okay.
in S4 HANA we have development, test, and production system functionality. But in Ariba we have only two systems: test system and production system. So in test system itself, you have to configure and you have to test it, and one more system will be the production system.
Okay.
That is only the difference. So this is the CIG screen I have taken. So this is how the connection we are doing. So when we are going for the connection, it will depend whether it is your test environment or production environment. You have to select. Then system ID. This is your S4 HANA system ID. And what will be the domain name? What will be the port name? So this special user ID and password will be given to us from SAP for CIG integration. Those
Okay.
credentials we need to maintain. And this is how integration is not that much tough from CIG side.
Okay.
Problem we are facing from the S4 side
Export
because
side. Okay.
lot of fields are there which are not importing properly. So in that
Okay.
case, it takes a bit of time, but yeah, of course, at the end it happens. And here
Okay.
you need to this is how you need to maintain in CIG. What are you
Okay.
going to like integrate? Whether you are going to
Okay.
integrate the order request, document type, or goods receipt, or like that PR, PO, service entry sheet, all the document types list will be there. You have to select and you have to make that project for the procurement. And here you have the
Okay.
option of mapping. So there will be few field mapping concept will be there. Those fields has to be mapped. And there will be
Okay.
some standard code for that. For field mapping, there will be the standard code that will be there in standard CIG document. You can get that from a ribbon connect.
Okay.
Yeah. So that is how this is what we have in our entire process.
Okay.
Now let me know if I have any other questions so far.
So I mean, like I just lost about that difference between the supply chain collaboration and what's the other one?
Sorry, I couldn't hear you. Can you repeat again? Difference between you said
Hello.
something.
Yeah, commerce automation and the supply chain collaboration. You said like.
Okay, yeah. Oh, okay, fine. See, in commerce automation, we cannot do subcontracting, like special procurement functionality, we cannot do in commerce automation.
Okay. Special procurements. Yeah. Okay.
like consignment,
I got
subcontracting,
it.
pipeline. You cannot do in commerce automation, and that functionality is available only in supply chain collaboration and
Okay.
quality collaboration, quality management like QM integration, which is not possible with commerce automation. So that functionality is there in supply chain collaboration. So
Okay.
this is only the difference, and rest of the activities will be same as commerce automation. Your PRPO will be created in S4HANA system only, but for coming to this, like for subcontracting also, you need to create the PRPO in S4HANA system, and then that PO will be sent to the supplier to Ariba network.
Okay.
Only the functionalities are different. So few
So will
functionalities which will not be there in commerce automation.
okay.
Yes.
So in this course it will cover, right, like supply chain collaboration also, like the process.
I will show you the process how it happens,
Okay.
because
Okay. Yeah.
it is
Okay.
you will never get any system where it will be integrated, at least for the training purpose. So but I will show you step by step how it will happen.
Okay. Okay.
Here important
Yeah.
part is endpoint configuration. How are you going to configure it end to end, and how the end to end connectivity is done? If end to end
Yeah.
connectivity is done, you should just need to know the process flow. That
Okay. Yeah.
first
Yeah.
this document, then it will be sent to the Ariba network. Then from Ariba network, supplier will respond. Then what you need to do, then how goods receipt will be done, and how the payment will be done.
Yeah. Got it.
Additionally, in supply chain collaboration, you will be getting that quality part.
Okay.
Like in S4 HANA, when you are placing the order, you are receiving it. After receiving, you are taking some sample, then you are sending it to the quality department.
Quality.
Quality department will approve. Then they will send it to the main stock, and then you are going to use that product in your production.
Okay.
That is only the difference here.
That makes sense. Okay. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. I mean, everything seems good. The course and everything.
Okay.
So,
Mm.
as like say like the timings and everything. So usually, are you the
Mhm.
person, or should I have to talk to Subbu related to this, like batch and the timing and everything?
Better you can talk to Subbu, because there will be upcoming batch, so where we will
Okay.
be accommodate you based on your availability and comfortability.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I think it's better to speak with Subbu.
Yeah, yeah. Okay,
So,
fine then.
yeah, one more like one like it is one small doubt like so
Yeah,
you
yeah,
said like
please.
Ariba to ECC configuration, right? So like
Mhm.
as per my knowledge, like they said like we can't directly configure to ECC with Ariba. There is some specific step is there. So just want to
Okay. Now
get a
see,
small idea about it.
SAP is suggesting that if you are going for Ariba and ECC integration, there should be minimum EHP 6 is required. ECC 6.0, EHP 6 is
Okay.
required. EHP 6, EHP 7, EHP 8, EHP 9
Yeah.
is required. But to be very frank, we have done for the integration for EHP 4 and 5 also. So
Okay.
it was very tough, but it is because a lot of enhancement was there. But the client was using that system, so at the end we had
Yeah.
to agree. But
I
SAP
mean,
is
some
suggesting
clients don't want to update their like to move into S4 or like yeah. I mean, they're pretty
when
much
SAP
comfortable with what we have.
when SAP said, when we were implementing this and we informed to SAP that the best practice you are suggesting to go for EHP 6 and above, but this customer is using a EHP 5. So what should we do now? So he said, we will not suggest to go, but if you want to go, you have to do lot of enhancement from the app side. If you are ready to go, you can go for that. We will support you. And that is what happened. It took lot of time to implement. So in spite of 1 year, it took almost 2 years to complete it.
Acha, okay.
But finally we did it. So when it's not like that SAP has given, but here we definitely SAP helped a lot
Okay,
for
I
that.
mean that's an interesting topic. Like, yeah, I mean if I got comfortable with this whole course, like maybe if I
Hmm.
get a chance, I can learn like those
Yeah,
part
yeah,
as well. So that yeah,
yes,
I
yeah,
mean
yeah.
even here like there are few clients which don't want to incline to the updation or upgradation. So if there is
Hmm.
a certain skill like this, it can help me. So yeah, I mean
Right.
yeah, let this one pass. Like if everything goes well, like yeah, I can work out. We can work out with that.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So here will SAP has to play very important role because SAP has given the instruction that don't go for implementation or don't commit to any customer below ECC 6 point, below EHP 6. And if we are committing, then and after that, SAP will say that no, we have given clear instruction that don't go for them. Then in that case, SAP will not help you, right? So they should
Yeah,
support in this case. But at the end, SAP will support because at the end, this is SAP project.
yeah.
SAP
So they
project
don't
at the
want to
end.
look themselves bad in front of their
Obviously.
clients. Yeah.
Yes, yes. But really, it was very tough. It should not happen. At least it should be ESP 6.0. If it is 6.0, now you need not worry. Just you need to make your configuration from CIG side and
Okay.
add-ons as whatever it is required to be installed in the yeah, ECC system. That will be done by base system, and it will be very easy for us to do. But if it is below EH 6.0, many functionalities will not be there at all.
Oh, okay.
So those
So, like
functionalities,
from Ariba side, like a CAG part of the side, like the process is same for S4 and ECC, like whatever the
yes,
integration
same,
part we are doing. Okay.
same process, same process. Only one parameter. If it is add-on will be installed, CIG add-on will be installed. There will be a tab which will be enabled, and all the configuration will be there. That is for
Okay.
ECC or either it is SEC or S4. It is
Okay.
same.
Okay. So, what is the duration of the course? Like,
Will be 1 month if you are working, if you are taking regular classes Monday
okay.
to Monday to Friday. We will finish it in a week, in a month. Sorry,
Okay. So, what will be the duration per day? Is it 1 hour or like how long it
1 hour,
will be?
1 hour
One
it
hour.
is.
Okay. Okay.
If you are going for weekend we are just taking 2.5 to 3 hours, Saturday,
Okay.
Sunday. So basically, 4 hours or 5 hours at the end we are
Okay.
conducting
Yeah,
in a week.
covering. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, it's nice talking to you. So yeah, I mean, I'll speak with Subbu. Maybe I think he's
sure.
here, or maybe I can contact him through WhatsApp or yeah.
Yeah,
I'll get back to him.
definitely. Sure. Okay. Thank you
Yeah,
then.
thank you.
Happy
Yeah, have a
happy
nice day.
weekend.
Bye.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Have a nice day. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.